John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Husker Nation. Now is the time.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisle.
Diving touchdown, Nebraska. Does he have enough? Is it long enough? It's going to be tipped. It's caught. How many tackles can one man break? He's to the 20. He's to the 10. He's on the way. Totally unbelievable. It's game day in Lincoln, America. And this is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show.
Check this out.
The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show is powered by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel.
Come on.
Get up and get loud, Husker fans. The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to the final home game of the season here in Lincoln, Nebraska. I am Jake Sorensen. He is Steve Sipple on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, Nebraska, Wisconsin, in 2.5 hours from right now. Sip, how are you doing on a surprisingly nice day in late November here in Lincoln?
Pretty much, Jake. Well, first of all, good morning to you.
I'm back.
It's good to see you. You seem like you're fully recovered from flu symptoms.
I sometimes can really hide it once I go on the airwaves. I could be miserable a minute before the show, whether it's early break or this show, and you just got to be professional and put it aside. I feel fine, though. Okay. Yesterday was bad, really bad. And today we are functioning human beings.
Good job.
How about that?
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have problems sometimes with the professional part. You don't. Good job. As far as the day goes, wow. I mean, I was about to say, hasn't pretty much every game been sort of gorgeous?
Well, I think back to
Is it true?
So Nebraska's last win was October 5th, and it was 90 degrees that day.
Was it?
The Rutgers game was sweltering hot outside.
Okay.
Then UCLA was pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Wasn't like terribly warm, but it was nice outside. Yeah. We've not had a bad game so far.
No, and today, if you haven't gotten out of your house yet,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, when you step out, you're going to be sort of amazed, and you might want to do some yard work, maybe have the radio on and listen to the game. It's a great day to be outside, and there'll be, how many people? 90,000 people at the stadium.
Should be a packed stands. Yeah, it's senior day for Nebraska, of course, and it's a chance to get bowl eligible for the first time since 2016. That cannot be overstated.
No, it can't.
Nebraska is 0-9 now in these instances under Matt Rule, getting a chance to get to a bowl game. 0-9.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to go to 0-10.
No.
You have one more.
God.
You'd have one more shot after that. This is a great. I mean, there's really two pretty good opportunities against vulnerable Big Ten teams. But Nebraska's a vulnerable Big Ten team.
Yes, they are.
They're vulnerable. and everybody's vulnerable. Okay, everybody is, but some people are more vulnerable than others. And Wisconsin, Iowa, and Nebraska just happen to be more vulnerable than normal, especially Wisconsin, Iowa. Hello.
If I go back to, I cannot start the show without going back to last night for a second, because Nebraska has a chance to make this just an epic sports weekend for the state. Think about
what happened last night.
Last night, if you were under a rock and weren't watching the most epic game ever, Nebraska basketball didn't just beat, but curb stomped the lowly, pathetic Creighton Blue Jays in their building again. Second straight time in Omaha. Take it, Creighton. Just take that. One by 10 2 years ago and one by 11 last night. That sucks to suck, doesn't it?
74-63. Now, are we calling that a curb stomp?
It was a curb stomp because Nebraska never trailed for a second in that game.
No.
And they were up by 18 at one point, and you get down to, 8 points, 7 points?
7 points.
And at that point, Nebraska's like, that's cute. Watch this. Boom, curb stomp.
It got to 52-45 early in the second half.
And I will admit, I was getting a little bit nervous.
Sure you were.
But I realized, Sip, that this year's Creighton team is not good. I'm calling it out.
Really?
Ryan Kalkbrenner is a good player. He took one shot last night. It was a defensive masterclass by Nebraska. Nate Lenzer is responsible for that, coordinating that.
Good job.
But again, you just gave the entire country the way to beat Creighton. You got to double guard. I mean, you got to
double the post, front and back him.
They don't have an elite shooter this year. In most years they have an elite 3-point shooter. Sip, they were 12 for 42 on threes.
I think Jack McAndrew could be that guy, but he's a freshman.
He's got a ways to go.
He's a freshman, and Ashworth got hurt. Their point guard is a good shooter. He got hurt.
He's also annoying.
Look, but
I'll give you
what
my
they did to
Kalkbrenner,
how does a 7'1" player only take one shot?
Well,
in the lane,
as you heard Kevin Kukler, Nick Baugh on the broadcast. I mean, Nebraska has size. It's not just one guy. Braxton Mia got in foul trouble, which is four foul. But then guess what? Here comes Barricade to fill. Here comes Andrew Morgan.
Right.
You had guys to defend, and you could put two tall guys in the court at all times. And so Kalkbrenner is soft, as we all know. He's a soft player. And he got blown up last
you
night.
are feeling better today.
It was just beautiful. I'm just pumped up that I had sad Creighton fans in my mentions saying, "Oh, this is your championship game." No, it's not. It ain't my Super Bowl. I expect more. And it just further proves that St. Mary's is a good team that you lost to on Sunday. And this should validate St. Mary's saying, okay, that was a good win against Nebraska.
Well, it definitely injected some life into Fred's program. And it injected some. I don't just. I'm not assuming Nebraska didn't have confidence, but I'm going to say they probably have more today.
I loved seeing the effort from Jawan Gary on both sides of the ball.
Guys, this is football pregame, says Ben. This is
and we're getting there, young Ben. Let me finish my point, young Ben. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. My point was this, going back to how I started. This could be an epic sports weekend because you could have Nebraska beat Creighton. Check, got that.
All right.
Nebraska beat Wisconsin. And a 10-game skid to the Badgers, check. Make a bowl game, check. And then tonight, Nebraska plays volleyball against Wisconsin also in Lincoln. Check. How about an epic sports weekend? The women lost to Creighton, which so you don't get the full sweep. They lost the early game yesterday, but you could have almost a perfect Husker weekend of checks.
Check.
Imagine me, Sip. Again, I wear my passion on my sleeve.
I do. I've noticed.
Imagine me on Monday morning for early break when I'm back from this illness that took me out Friday, and Nebraska basketball is beating Creighton. Check. Football beats Wisconsin, and if the Dolphins were to beat the Patriots tomorrow, just try to bring me down. Just try. Won't happen.
So what's the formula today for Nebraska's football team?
By the way, if you want to chime in and answer that question, 402-464-5685 or comment on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch or Twitter. The formula is this, Nebraska, this is I'm going to say a mediocre to bad version of Wisconsin football. We went through their stats. Their defense is not great. The offense is obviously bad. They fired their offensive coordinator in Phil Longo following a close loss, 16-13 to Oregon. They have a mess. They lost their quarterback after week 2 or 3. Braden Locke is not supposed to be the guy, but he has to be the guy because they have injuries there.
Tyler Van Dyke.
Nebraska has to find a way to be able to run the football, and Dillon has got to be the guy we know he can be, a potentially elite quarterback. Now, he's dropped off in that regard, but It starts with this, Sip. I mean, Nebraska, as simple as it sounds, they have to finish when they get to the red zone.
That's big. That's big. I think you hit on most of the keys. I think it's pretty simple. I think you could make this one harder than it is. It starts with shutting down their run. Now, Wisconsin doesn't run the ball as well as they have. They've had injuries at running back. Ches Malusi is out. They don't have that bell cow. So if you can stop the run and put the ball in Braden Locke's hands, and Braden Locke, Jake, is a 55% passer. He's got 9 touchdowns and 9 picks. He's thrown a pick in every start. Every start, he's thrown a pick. Get 2. How about 2? He's thrown 8 of those picks inside the hashes. Get him in the middle of the field. That's where you get him. Okay. Put it in Locke's hands. They don't beat you downfield. They're one of the worst teams in the country in terms of explosive plays. I think only 5 teams have fewer explosive plays than Wisconsin. So do that. But on defense, it's always about stopping the run. I mean, that's what it is. Then on offense, geez, Jake, you just got to squeeze out something. I don't know. I don't know what. There's nothing evident. You mentioned Wisconsin's run defense is 88th,
which is just odd for them.
Odd, but are you convinced Nebraska can run it against them?
No, I'm not.
I'm not either. See, let's
but
see. But
Nebraska did open up some holes against USC.
The line was good.
It was
okay, Jake. So now, remember when Rule hired Holgorsen, and one of the whys was maybe he can get us 10 to 14 points. Okay. That's if he can, you probably can win this game. If he can get you 10 extra, add that to 17, 27 probably is enough here.
If Nebraska can't win this game with 27 points, something went really weird in this game. If this gets to the winner scoring in the 30s, I'm not going to say I'll fall off my chair because that happened already. I fell off my chair when Holgorsen was announced as the OC.
You did fall off your chair.
I can't do that twice.
No.
But I will
You've been ill.
I will be stunned. If it's a close game, if the winner in a close game is in the 30s, I will be floored today.
I will be too.
Both
I will
offenses
be too.
are struggling, and both defenses. Again, Nebraska's defense is on paper better than Wisconsin's this year, but Wisconsin knows that they kind of own. They own Nebraska,
right? And if they owning, when you say that, to me, owning means Wisconsin doing what? Coming in here and pushing Nebraska around. So, you know what's a huge part of this game, Jake? The first series. The first time Wisconsin has the ball. Even if they get just 3 first downs and have to punt from the 45, they've won.
Yeah,
they've won the early part of the game because now you're playing their game. They punt it. You're inside your 10 or your 15, and now you're playing Wisconsin's game from the start. So what I'm suggesting, if I were Tony White, is we got that first series is huge. We got to shut them down on the first series. Make them punt from their territory, deep in their territory. Don't let them start with the Wisconsin ball. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
They get to the 45 and punt, and now you're starting your drive at the 4, and you're playing from behind from the start. Don't do that. Don't let them do that. So, but the whole thing is if Wisconsin's offensive line, which isn't bad, Jake, if they're pushing you around and Tawee Walker's getting 5 yards a carry, that's when you're just in trouble.
Okay, to your point, if they get a couple first downs in the first drive, this is why we played this quote from Tuesday from Luke Fickell, who's calling plays.
Why does it matter? Right? I mean, the offense will be run, and those guys will do a lot of things collaboratively together. And I don't think it really is important as to who's calling it. I guess it gives you the ability to point a finger at somebody if that's the case, but it's not one of those things I think is that important. Sometimes I think it's overrated in some ways, but it'll be a collaborative group, and those guys will have to work a lot together.
As a fan base, collectively, Nebraska fans laughed at that comment. I want it to be proven that laughter was rightfully so. So, again, if they do move the ball in the first series and Fickell's got a bunch of guys calling plays, not a great look for Nebraska's defense.
No, it should be an advantage, this whole situation with Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin fans could say, wait a second, you guys did the same thing, basically. You fired your offensive coordinator. Now, the difference is Nebraska quickly hired and then defined the job as Dana Holgorsen's to call plays. I think it's a big advantage for Nebraska that this is it's fresh. Nebraska's situation is now 3 weeks old. Theirs is a week old. I mean, you could make that into an advantage, and I think it would be legitimate for the home team. We'll see. It's not like Bill has said, Bill Bush, our friend, the
esteemed co-host,
right?
Bill Bush.
It's not really about the plays. It's not about scheme, especially for Wisconsin against Nebraska, Wisconsin's offense against Nebraska. It's a matter of Nebraska being physical and handling what Wisconsin does. You got to be physical and handle it. They're not going to come up with crazy stuff. Holgerson might.
Right.
Holgerson could come up with stuff that Wisconsin doesn't expect. So I'd say advantage Nebraska there. But again, it comes down to guys on Nebraska's side. Well, listen, Wisconsin's going to play a lot of man. You got to beat the man. You got to beat your man downfield. And boy, it would be nice if Nebraska can take advantage of Wisconsin's run defense.
Well, and again, I go back to what I said early on this pregame show. Nebraska, needs to finish in the red zone.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one, Jake. That's a big one.
Nebraska has to fight against USC. They had great chances to score. I mean, I'm not going to take a shot at Dillon because he couldn't. But Jamal Banks is wide open on the left side. He looks right, misses him, and that leads to a field goal when that could have been a big touchdown following the fumble that Nebraska got by the quarterback.
You're 100% right. If there's 4 keys to this game, that's one of them, red zone. You're right.
Huge.
Yeah.
By the way, quick update on some games around college football right now going on.
Yeah,
the big one in Columbus, Ohio, 7-7. Ohio State tied with Indiana Buckeyes at the Hoosiers' 18-yard line following a quick turnover just now, a sack fumble. Cody Simon recovers it now. The Buckeyes at the Hoosiers' 18-yard line, 6:20 to go in the second quarter, 7-7 game.
So they would go up 14-7.
Or 10-7.
Cody Simon, number zero.
Otherwise, in the Big Ten, Rutgers up on number 25, Illinois, 10-3. That's the mid-second quarter. Illinois at the Rutgers 11-yard line.
Rutgers going for 7 wins.
Yep, already a bowl game. Ole Miss up on Florida, 14-7. Miami, Wake Forest, high-scoring game, 17-14, late second quarter. Miami up on the Demon Deacons. SMU up 14-zip on Virginia. This will not last, but there's a little bit of a stunner going on in the SEC. Maybe Georgia's not awake yet. Georgia is tied with UMass 7-7 late first quarter, and UMass is at the Georgia 30-yard line right now also.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't wake up in time for that game.
Georgia will be fine, but that's a little bit of a bad start for the Bulldogs there. But there you go. Regarding Nebraska again, Nebraska's, if you want a positive, I think I speak in terms of the fans. Has not been perfect, but the last several games have seen improved special teams by Nebraska. Bushini's been great for the Huskers.
Pretty good, yeah.
John Hull has been very, very good since the Ohio State game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're writing things. It's really, really distracting. Okay, say the second thing.
Was that farther right in the DR to the UGA?
Yeah.
Okay. I said special teams
have been
John Hull has been a lot better.
Much
very,
better.
very good. Bushini's been good.
Yep.
Coverage has been, I think, okay. Some questionable decisions on return on fielding punts.
That's the issue. Yeah,
it's been a problem.
Right.
But I think overall, I'm not really at code red with that unit right now.
No, it's
which
not
is
code red.
Improvement.
No, there's been improvement. You're right. I mean, IGC.
And that will matter today, by the way.
Isaiah Garcia Castaneda did catch that ball at the 4 last week inexplicably. I don't know. That's
and then let one go at the 13 and went to the 1, right?
Right. So there was some of that, but you're right. It's been much better. Bushini has had a good year. But Jake, Nebraska's still 100. They're 115th in net punting. And by the way, I'm glad you mentioned it. Nebraska's 115th in the nation. Wisconsin's number 3 in net punting.
USC was first.
USC was number 1 in net punting. Wisconsin's number 3. So yeah, I mean, you can't lose that part of it. USC beat you in that part. They beat you in the punting game. It was big. It was a big part of that game. You could almost sell that as one of the 4 or 5 reasons USC won that game. I'd say Woody Marks was number 1. USC's ability to exploit matchups in Nebraska's secondary was number 2. I'd say red zone was 3 and punting was 4. So, don't let those things beat you again. This
is, again, a huge chance today, once again, for the 5th straight week of getting over the hump. This is a double hump, though.
It's important
It's
because
a 10-game skid to this team, and it's an 8-game skid, not go 8-year skid with bowl games.
You know why it's important?
2 for 1.
Yeah. I mean, you get to change the conversation. Nebraska can change the conversation, and it changed it pretty dramatically because if you win this game, you start thinking, okay, Iowa's doable.
Let's beat them.
Iowa's
monkeys off the bat.
Yeah, Iowa's starting to walk on quarterback. They started to walk on quarterback today.
They're up 10-0 last time I saw.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Man, Maryland must have cashed it in.
I think they did.
But
Iowa leads 10-0. Yes.
Okay.
Late second quarter.
But I think it's important to change change the conversation, but also it does alleviate pressure. And you do get a bowl game. And Sean, I was going to call you Sean. Jake, I don't think that Nebraska is going to play in either New York or Detroit. From what I'm hearing, if they're a bowl team, they're going to go somewhere good because
people know they're going to travel.
Add 1 or 2 wins to that total in the eyes of the bowl people.
Yep.
Yeah. So they'll get a good bowl, which means they'll play a little later and get more practice. If you play in Detroit or New York, even the amount of practice is a little limited because those bowls come up so fast. So what I'm suggesting is the later you play, the better, because you do get more practice time.
We have to go. So before we leave, your official score prediction, Nebraska-Wisconsin at 2:30, and your player of the game.
Okay.
Double whammy.
I like Nebraska to win 24-20. Tight, really tight game. And I'll give my player of the game to Dylan. I think Dylan will assert himself, throw 2 touchdown passes, and he'll kind of come out of a little funk.
I have picked against Nebraska a couple times this year. Today's not that day because we're riding the wave of Nebraska basketball from last night.
Okay, Jake.
We're going to end this 10-game skid to these bums from Madison, and we're going bowling, baby. Nebraska 20, Wisconsin 16.
Okay.
I
like
have spoken. Nebraska covers and wins, and there's a party in the postgame and party on Monday here in this studio.
Okay, we will party.
We will party.
If they win, I'll bring some kind of cake.
And my star of the game, I'm going to go with Emmett Johnson.
Okay, interesting
A random
choice.
one.
Can he get to hundo?
I think just shy.
Just shy of a hundo.
But he runs the ball well.
Like 17 carries, 90 yards.
Yeah, that's
That'd
pretty
be big.
solid.
That'd be big if that's something like that.
I'm going to go with, I think he had some mojo against USC. That mojo continues today as Nebraska finally ends the skid to Wisconsin and the bowl skid. That's
Please,
it
God.
for us. We'll send it over to Jay and Nick at the Kindler Hotel. More on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show next on 937 The Ticket.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app.
Touchdown!
This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Black Friday savings all month long. From appliances to mattresses, the savings can be found at Schaefer's. Rest easy this Black November on a new Serta or Beauty Rest Black mattress set. Now with up to $1,000 in savings when you add an adjustable base. Plus, extra savings all month long on all Samsung, LG, and Sony TV. Every day is Black Friday in November. Now at Schaefer's.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety.
What up? We're here. Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert, A1 Automotive Pregame Show. We are live at the Kindler Hotel. Our segment is brought to you by General Fire and Safety. Are you starting a business in a brand new building? Call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan your fire system that fits specific needs for your business, employees, and more importantly, your customers. Go to LincolnGFS.com for more info. Nick, we are on. We are right on the cusp of Senior Day. Nebraska has approximately about 30 or so seniors that have put in a lot of time. You're facing one of your, I guess, perceived rivals, even though Wisconsin has had the better of Nebraska for the last decade. Both teams coming at 5-5. Both teams are having, I guess, moderate success with new regimes, and probably haven't lived up to their own expectations for this year. With both teams, or both football teams have kind of either firing their offensive coordinator in Wisconsin's case, or hiring a new offensive coordinator in Nebraska's case.
Yeah.
For you, what is the feeling coming into this game today at 2:30 against Wisconsin?
I have confidence. Throughout it all, I think if people have asked the predictions, and of all of us as we made our rounds before we came on the air, people asked predictions, and every single time I think we both have said that we feel like Nebraska should win this game. But I think also, it's important to then be realistic with ourselves and say, well, before a couple of the games in the last couple of weeks, we felt like Nebraska probably should have won some of those games just from a pure talent standpoint. I don't know, Jay. I think, like, for once, you mentioned everything that Wisconsin has, frankly, going against them. Nebraska, we know the situation with Dana Holgorsen there.
I see you.
But like the situation to where with Wisconsin, they have everything going against them in this case, where they have to go on the road less than a week after firing their offensive coordinator, Phil Longo. They're still going through this identity change where it sits like, I'm not sure Luke Fickell knows what Luke Fickell wants to do at this point, or knows how to
implement
it and make it effective, because I think he is understanding. You don't have to tell Luke Fickell that Wisconsin's been historically a really good run the football type of team, but I think there's some sort of him or some piece of him that wants to incorporate a passing element.
Right.
They went out the last 2 off seasons, tried to get a transfer portal quarterback, Tanner Mordecai, in year 1 from SMU, who was a very highly prolific passer in his college at SMU, and then go out and get Tyler Van Dyke, who's more of can give a running element, but also can sling the rock around. Well, now Van Dyke is hurt. He hurts his knee against Alabama. He's out for the year. You insert Braden Locke into the game, who is now throwing an interception. I've used this nugget multiple times, thrown an interception in at least one in every single start for the Badgers this year. You sit here and go, okay, well, you have that piece, the quarterback element, the offensive coordinator piece. On top of that, they're starting running back Ches Malusi, who was a veteran, retired from football the first week of October, back on October 3rd. So now you insert Tawee Walker, who's a backup, into the game. Once again, if roles were reversed or sides were reversed, we'd say, man, everything's against Nebraska here.
Right.
They got to play exceptional. There's no reason we can't say that about Wisconsin now today, and Nebraska's got to be able to do their own thing.
Yeah, this isn't the Wisconsin team even of last year, knowing that they had a mental advantage against Nebraska, and obviously, years prior with, Paul Chryst and company that they were able to put together and string in different, regimes, 10 wins in a row. And really, if you just look at the timing of letting Phil Longo go, of the week of a game after, losing by 3 points to Oregon, and they had a bye week before the Oregon game. So you would like to think if you were looking for some sort of offensive like juggernaut against Oregon, that's unrealistic expectations.
Absolutely.
So in realistic expectations, if that's what you were going to do after the Oregon loss by 3 points, you could have and should have fired Phil Longo, during the bye week.
Absolutely.
Which therefore would have gave you a week to prepare, another week to get, a little bit more in tune with the new offensive coordinator, which would have been in-house, obviously, like they did, present in this week. So when
Nebraska did, honestly,
like Nebraska did, if
it.
you're ever going to make a move, you do it during the bye week, whether it's in, we've seen it even in high school.
Yes.
With Southwest, you make it during the bye week, you make it in college bye week, you make it in the pros the bye week. And I don't know if Luke Fickell felt like, okay, we've always beaten Nebraska, we can do this at any time, or was there a conflict when they met together on Sunday after the game against Oregon, or was it impulsive? Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Wisconsin comes in at a disadvantage on the road with a defense that isn't normally go Big Red. That's right. Go Big Red, go Big Red, go Big Red. But Wisconsin's defense isn't as normally to the same standard. Now, they do have good parts. I don't think their defensive line is as dominant as has been in years past. It's more of a second and third level type of defense. But more importantly, though, Nick, when you make a move like this with a coordinator, it does seep down into the locker room.
Yeah.
Because defensive players, if they're a very tight team, they look and they'll worry about the offensive players and how are you doing, and then the defensive players, when they are like in between series and practice, we'll see what the new offense looks like. Now, the one thing that kind of gives them a little bit of leeway is that it's an in-house move versus, in our case with Nebraska, Dana Holgorsen came from TCU and
it's more of a traditional switch.
More traditional switch. Now, the biggest thing will be the philosophy change. When you look at the philosophy against Oregon, it looked more like the old school Wisconsin. Run the ball, control the clock, and then try to win it late. Now, do they try to do that against Nebraska, or is a new coordinator trying to prove himself by trying to be more explosive to make it more appealing for Luke Fickell to hire him on as the full-time offensive coordinator in 2025? And so they have a lot more questions coming into this game than they've ever had over the last 10 to 12 years versus Nebraska. Oddly enough, both teams at 5-5 don't have as many questions coming into this game. And now it's up to both teams and the coaches and the regimes to figure out the answer.
That's the fascinating piece. And I want Nebraska fans and listeners to just kind of understand that piece of it, to where when something you said, slow down the pace. They looked more traditional Wisconsin-esque last week, because from the 5,000-foot view, you can sit there. You good with the cords over there, Jake?
Yeah, we good.
All right,
cool. Chill out. Just answer the
I
question.
just want to make sure. You
ain't worried about me. No day. No day that ends in Y.
That's not true. And you that is mean for you to say that. Here's what I was going to say though, is that unfortunately, from the 5,000-foot view, you're going to sit there and go, man, Wisconsin just held Oregon, who's one of the most prolific offenses in all of college football, to fewer than 20 points. How's Nebraska, who's been a struggling offense for a good chunk of the season, going to score?
Right.
I think there's avenues here to where we mentioned the Braden Locke struggles, right? We mentioned Tawi Walker, who's going to be their starting running back today, who has over 750 yards on the season rushing after taking over for Ches Malusi halfway through the year. Through all of that, there's avenues here on a senior day for Nebraska to create some turnovers, create some havoc, and hopefully then turn those into points on the offensive end.
Number one thing Nebraska needs to do is bow up and stop the run.
Yeah.
You can't. Number one, you got to be gap integrity. Got to be sound, both in setting the edge, alley fillers, and backside. You got to be extremely physical and violent with your hands. You got to get off the blocks and go play football. You got to do a really good job against Tyree Walker and not let him get confidence early. Not only him personally, but then the offensive coordinator. Right? You got to think this. Everything sounds good, saying, hey, hey, Coach Fickell, I can call these plays until you do it in live action on the road. And so you want to take his confidence away as the offensive play caller, knowing that maybe if he's thinking that he could get 4 or 5 yards per play and he's only getting 2, maybe 3, you want them behind the chains. And then obviously you got to really lean on the defensive backs, a second and third level nickel guys with Tommy Hill essentially being shut down. So you're right, and obviously whether it's Hartzog and Buford, all those guys got to step up big. Senior day or not, they got to step up big. And then therefore you got to allow the guys that you need at the first and second level to play downhill, and they got to gang tackle and do what you need to do. And so if the thing of Nebraska takes the mindset of we're not going to give up nothing cheap and deep, and we're going to be extremely violent and physical and win the line of scrimmage, as we see Adam Carricker walking across here, because this is a game tailor-made for big man right here. When he played, he'd win the line of scrimmage and allow guys like me to run and hit. And then offensively, you could take what they get. You look, the defensive line isn't as productive as it's been in the past. And then also their best player defensively, Wohler, is hurt. So it's questionable whether he plays.
Here's this piece for you. As you mentioned, that Hunter Wohler out today, as well as Will Pauling, their leading wide receiver.
Well, but then therefore it ups the ante for Nebraska.
It gives you more of a reason why to do this.
Their best offensive or best receiver or skill position guy is out, most consistent, and the guy that the most is out. And then also Wohler, who you would like to, even if healthy, get matched up in space, is gone. So insert a new defensive guy in a position where Wohler has been starting since the day he's been on campus. So that's a lot of leadership. That's a lot of production out of the game. And so now it's up to Nebraska to go out and win this game. And how do you win this game? You got to control the line of scrimmage. You got to tackle well. You got to play with good energy from start to finish. You need your freshman quarterback to show people who he is. And then we got to run the ball enough, both conventionally and maybe off schedule, to be effective. And then our receivers, we got to take the next step in the step that we have with a new kind of set of eyes and Dana Holgorsen to be effective. And once you do that, and then everything remaining equal special teams wise, Nebraska should be able to, win this game. I wouldn't say pretty easily, but by 2 scores.
Yeah, so before we get out here and do predictions, let's talk offensive side, because you just mentioned something about Dylan Raiola and show who he is.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that from Dylan. I think a complete game, right? There's been games certainly in the early parts of the year where he didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, might not have been asked to do a whole lot, but especially in Big Ten Conference play, we haven't seen Dylan Raiola really make play after play consistently for Nebraska.
Let's go Big Red.
Right? So I'd ask you this, like, does that fall on Dylan to just hit some guys that he hasn't made some passes on in the early parts of the year, or is it on Dana Holgorsen trying to get him into a rhythm early on?
Well, I mean, I think Dana Holgorsen hasn't been here long enough, but it's on both of them, but more importantly in Dylan. Look, let it all hang out.
There you go.
You look, he's a smart enough kid, and you've seen every coach across Nebraska's coaching staff said, listen, we've never seen a kid come in and being able to process this type of information to this depth. He knows the plays. Go out there and play the game of football. Don't play perfect, just play. Get dirty. This is going to be a grimy, I call it white knuckle game. When you gotta walk on the field with your fist balled up, and you're gonna have some whites in your knuckle, and know you got to show up for a fist fight. And that's quarterback as well. You got to play. Don't try to play perfect.
Yeah.
This isn't a time to be pretty. This is a time to be a winner. And then it's also a call to action. Let me see you do something that you hadn't done before. And then also offensive players, whether it's Fedoni, whether it's the running backs by committee, the receivers. Let's see you step up to another level. And it doesn't matter if Dana Holgorsen's telling it to you, Coach McGuire is telling this to you, or just, process of circumstances. Let's see if you guys can step up and do something and be another person when you need it the most to become bowl eligible. And then obviously beat a team that's coming in here both systematically wounded and then also physically wounded.
Yeah.
And get over that hump. You've been losing 10 in a row. Step up to the mic. There are no more excuses. Play for your seniors. And if you're in for your seniors, go out there and let it all hang out. You've been through a lot, 3 different regimes, COVID, all that crap, and you're still standing. Now go out there and earn, and then better yet, take your respect from Wisconsin and become bowl eligible.
Yeah, there you have it. There's Jay Foreman. I'm Nick Sanders. All right, Jay, let's get a prediction, my friend.
Hey, man, before we get a prediction, though, I got to say, damn. Hey, Austin. Damn,
What?
I look good.
on the stream?
Yeah, look in there, dude.
Well,
Look.
you know what it is?
Damn,
It's because of the Kindler.
Yeah,
It's because of the Kindler. We got windows behind us.
Windows behind us. Got the light coming on because you're getting all the grays out.
Maybe you spent a little too much time at Boitano's Lounge to think that.
Here's the best thing about the Kindler. They always got my big red gum.
They
Go
do.
Big Red. Here's my prediction right here. Nebraska's going to win.
There it is.
Nebraska's going to win 24-13.
Okay. There it is.
24-13.
Thank you.
Yeah, 24-13. Nebraska wins. It's going to be a nut-cutting game, but Nebraska's going to pull through late.
And I think it's going to give you some
excitement.
Some excitement going into next Friday against Iowa.
Look at my Uber driver right here.
There's Rico.
Little mini me.
There's
Look at him.
Rico. There he is.
Look.
Is that a
Look
stinger? Is that an energy stinger from
Yeah,
the
it's
mill?
an energy
Shout out to
stinger.
the
He
mill.
got 21,000 eyesight, but I got sunglasses.
So here's the thing, though, Jay. I'm going to say 24-17. I think Nebraska's able to get a couple of touchdowns, and I think the defense has a good day today. I really do. I think they force a couple of turnovers, most likely through the air. I think Braden Locke. You look at him across the way, and he's gettable in terms of making some mistakes. So. I'm going to go 24-20, Jay.
I'm not 20. I like that. I like the prediction. As long as Nebraska wins, I don't care if it's 100-99.
Don't care.
But I'm gonna tell you something right now, though.
As long as they're not in the pinstripe bowl.
I got you damn right. Or going to a bowl in Utah. I did text a couple players to this, and I told them BTA. You know what that means?
What's that?
Belt to you know what? Yep. Can I say that on the?
You can.
Belt to ass.
There it is.
Hey, we got to give you a butt kick, a belt to ass today.
And Wisconsin's there for the taking,
Yeah.
right? We talked about they are at a disadvantage today. There's no reason why Nebraska
I like
win.
Luke Fickell, but I say he's a wrestler by heart. But no, Luke Fickell said he's not tough enough to do MMA. You're a fake wrestler.
There it is.
Luke Fickell, I like you, but you're gonna get your butt kicked today. Belt to ass. BTA.
Luke Fickell, by the way, one of the guys that does not wear socks with his dress shoes.
That is correct. And therefore, he is a perfect
We saw that at Big Ten Media
Yes,
Days.
we did.
He doesn't wear socks with his Luke Fickell.
Luke Fickell is a perfect candidate for athlete's feet.
There it is. Close us out, Jay.
All right, man. We're going to take it. Listen, this segment has been brought to you by General Fire and Safety. Go to LincolnGFS.com for more information. General Fire and Safety can help you plan your fire safety system to fit specific needs for your business, employees, and more importantly, your customers. Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert, coming at you live from the Kindler A1 Automotive Tailgate Show. We're going to send it a break and turn it over to Adam Carricker and DP from the studio.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico!
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores. The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Ready to hit the road in style? Liberty First Credit Union is revving up your ride with unbeatable auto loan specials. Cruise away with rates as low as 4.79% APR for 48 months on a 2020 or newer vehicle. Need a longer term? No worries. They've got you covered with 4.89 APR for 60 months and 4.99 APR for 72 months. hurry. These rates are cruising fast, so don't get left in the dust. Visit LibertyFirstCU.com. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Sunbelt Rentals.
From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tents, pressure washers, portable generators, and more, Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. SunbeltRentals.com. Oh, the A1 Automotive Pregame Show. Shout out to Kendall Warnock and his crew for dressing up the Ticket and the Mill this morning. Packed the place with fans and family. Greatly appreciate it. It is Beat Wisconsin week, and I brought a hitman. I brought a force. I brought an impact player.
These are lies, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you.
Adam Carricker here on the A1 Automotive Pregame Show, and since you are A1 in this place, kind sir, set the table for us. Where are we on the full GPS of Nebraska football? Where are we? Where do we stand today? What is in play?
Well, obviously, the obvious answer is bowl eligibility is in play. For me, I look at this like this is a great opportunity to get a win. Like, there's been times because some people are like, oh, Wisconsin's down and things of that nature. Well, that's part of football. You know, not having your starting quarterback. You're down to your third string running back. I've dubbed him Casper. Casper's calling the plays today because Luke Fickell don't want to talk about who's calling the plays and got rather upset about it. Well, guess what? Last year when we played Wisconsin, we had our third string quarterback and we were banged up, and it's part of the game. And I don't really care as long as we get a win. Getting to a bowl is so much more than just getting to a bowl. It's progress, it's excitement, it's extra practices, it helps recruiting, it's momentum going into next year. I don't want to look ahead too far, but you look at Iowa, they're hanging on with the third string walk-on quarterback as well. We'll save that for next week. There is reason to be incredibly frustrated at times this year. I've gone off on my show here on the Ticket, at times, and I don't feel bad about it at all because I felt like it was fair. Get a win today. You become bowl eligible. You get the monkey off your back. You get some momentum. Who knows what happens versus Iowa? I do think we have some more good recruits that are coming on top of what we already have, and you just build momentum going forward. If you lose, that Iowa game becomes the freaking Super Bowl.
We're not built currently for the drama. This fan base and this program needs a win.
Yeah, well, we've had so much drama. I feel like I'm back in D.C. with Albert Hainsworth and Robert Griffin and all of that.
All of that. And to explain to people the weight, like I think it is a missed part of the story, is the additional luggage that these players have to carry. Because they're carrying the luggage of Scott Frost, Mickey Joseph. They're carrying the luggage of Adrian Martinez, and it goes on and on. It's enough to have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds carrying the burden of wearing the N and wearing the scarlet and cream. It's enough
to represent 90,000 people in full for those 12 Saturdays of your existence. But to carry the luggage of everybody else and everything else, Adam, it's gotta be a burden for these players.
I tell you what, that's a really fair point. I mean, you're talking people are throwing out things like the Pelini curse, the Solich curse that's been around forever. Somebody sent me a thing with the curse of Pelini's cat or something like that was going around, or at least I saw it a couple times. You know, up until about a week ago, I was talking about, you know, this hasn't happened since 2016, and that hasn't happened since 2016. I don't enjoy talking about this stuff, but the facts are what they are. All of a sudden, now some of the streaks that we have are going back to 2004.
Yeah.
And it's like that. You make a great point. Getting the monkey off the back with a win today, beating Wisconsin, because that's a streak in of itself, trying to win a game in November, the bowl eligibility thing, all these things. That is quite the burden. I do think we can get it done. And I'm not going to lie to you. In large part, it's because of what's going on with Wisconsin, more so than us. But I do think we can get it done. But somebody asked me today, Adam, what's going to happen? I don't know. I don't have a freaking clue.
Nope.
I think we can get it done. But I would put zero money down on this game because nobody freaking knows. But you make a great point as far as the burden. One score wins. I imagine this is going to be a low-scoring one-score game. All that stuff. If we could somehow just get the win. I don't want to say somehow, but if we get the win today, it's almost like a weight or a burden will be lifted on so many levels.
It as much as they are the evil empire, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys have implemented and installed this thing in me that here we go. Look, the weather showed up.
Beautiful.
Players for Wisconsin are sitting down. You've got every excuse in the world, Adam Carricker, to change Nebraska football. And we're not talking about pulling in Indiana and going undefeated and going on a stretch. We're simply asking for you to not suck.
Earlier this year, I was like, can special teams, back when we were having a ton of issues, I don't want to jinx it. What's real wood around here? I'm going to knock on my head for knocking on wood.
Right.
I just said, could we be slightly below average? Because I thought that would be a big jump. Then we could be average, and then maybe next year above average. I just wanted to be slightly above or below average on special teams. I think we're actually there now. In your words, just not suck. Wisconsin is ripe for the picking. They've only scored more than one touchdown in a game, or hasn't. It's been a month since they've scored more than one touchdown in a game. Casper's calling their plays.
Like, we don't know. Look, and there is benefit for Wisconsin, for Nebraska to not know who's calling the plays, what their thinking is, what their tendencies are.
It's not going to change that much, though.
Right. Well, I mean, look, you can't change the players today. You can't upgrade. That's the one thing Nebraska fans fully understand. Look, a player goes down. You can downgrade. You cannot upgrade on Saturday morning. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Adam, let them know. Let them know what you think happens. Again, we know that you don't know, but we're asking you what you think you know about what happens today at Memorial Stadium between Nebraska and Wisconsin.
Like what I think will happen, I don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. There's probably going to be some ugly football on both sides. Okay, I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be times when we're shaking our head and people are mad and things of that nature. And Wisconsin fans will probably feel the same way at points throughout the game today. I think earlier this week, I dubbed it the ugly duckling game. It's going to be that butt ugly little duck that nobody loves but the mama. But if we win, it'll grow up to be a beautiful frickin' swan. And what it once was won't matter, because if we win, it's going to be beautiful, glorious. And the burdens going back 20 years can be lifted finally.
It is my hope of, and Harrison, you're my guy. And so what I know that you can be active, there is a thing that needs to be played right now. And it is the only way, because we get to set the precedent and we get to share words. We get to speak it into existence. We get to set the temperature for the room. We don't have to be reactive and responsive. But Harrison Arns, in your absolute genius, there's but one thing to play.
Yeah, I got to find the track here.
Yeah, I know you got to work on it. I'm giving you leader time. Listen, here's the thing. At 5-5, Nebraska has an opportunity at home to do a thing that can change not only the football team, It changes the program.
Yes.
It changes the athletic department. It changes the university. It changes recruiting. It changes enrollment. It changes the Big Ten conference because it makes it better because now you have another blue blood back in the pool. It changes holiday travel plans around Nebraska.
We're going to a bowl game.
Right,
My
like
wife and I decided our Christmas is at a bowl game this year, wherever it is. Make it warm, please.
Let's go to Arizona.
Yes,
let's go
Tampa.
to Phoenix. Like, we're not going to New York. Harrison, are we prepared? Yes,
I like
sir!
it.
Coming
I like
up.
it.
Hey!
That's what I'm talking about.
There's but one way that this can go. The only way that it shall go. From the voice of Adam Carricker, DP Harrison Orange, the captain, Jay Foreman, Ahmad Green, Eric Strickland, the full run, everybody for Sean Terrell Farley, the black shirt. Let it be a day of celebration. I crowned this winning Saturday.
Oh, winning
for the
Saturday.
Huskers.
I love it.
That's it.
One more point. That's all we need than the bad guys.
Adam Carricker, before we hand it over, I need 3 words from you, and then another 3 words.
I know what they are.
Yes, you do, kind sir. Get it to us.
Go Big Red, and always remember another 3 words.
Yes,
to
sir.
throw the ball.
Yes, sir. A1 Automotive. We'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411. General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by the Kindler Hotel.
We are back from the Kindler Hotel. Austin Norman and Terrell Farley. This segment brought to you by the Kindler Hotel. Book your stay today at the Kindler Hotel in one of their 45 well-appointed guest rooms that provides luxury in the heart of downtown. Enjoy a drink at Boitano's Lounge while you're here. Take in the outdoor patio. Where we are at, it is spacious. There is plenty of seating, and it is still beautiful weather here. And I suppose we're in late November, week before Thanksgiving. Book your stay at thekindlerhotel.com. Black shirt.
Yes, sir.
Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
Vibes are good. How you feeling?
Feel kind of different. Feel like a clinch day. It feels like we go to a bowl game, but it's not really showing in the atmosphere right now. Everybody's calm before the storm, and we get ready to open up Memorial Stadium and fill it up with 90,000 loud red, big red fans, and we go handle business this week. And I see it different because now you get 2 whole weeks of the new OC offense, which showed great showings last week, but now I'm looking for them to be better in week 2 of it with the open receivers, the line blocking a little bit better. Let's see if we can get a 100-yard rusher for the first time this season because we haven't did none of that.
Do you know who the last 100-yard rusher for Nebraska was?
Anthony Grant.
Chubba Purdy. Know who it came against?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Last year, 50-yard touchdown run for Chubba Purdy early on in that game. He's still the most recent individual Husker to rush for over 100 yards in a game. That's kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, yeah, Nebraska's been back and forth at the running back position between a few guys. They still haven't settled on that number 1 back. but you like the names in the room, especially the top two, right? I think the challenge for Dana Holgerson today is how can you establish that rhythm with those top two guys, Dante Dowdell and Emmett Johnson. And I don't know about you, Farley, but to me, Emmett Johnson showed enough last week that to me, he should be the one, even if he's not the starter, he should continue to get starter level workload over Dante Dowdell.
Well, I'm a fan of Dante Dowdell. I like his running style.
There's a role for him.
There's a role for both of them. You know, I wish we can at least give both of them 15 yards a carry, 15 carries.
15 yards a carry would be incredible. No, sign me up.
15 carries a game because they're splitting it, and it kind of makes our running game a little suspect because if we only rush it 22 times a game for 100 yards, then we got to do better than that. So we need to concentrate more on the run game, pound it against a wounded Wisconsin team without an OC. So we'll talk about that a little later. But there's a lot of things we can do to win this game. But one is start the rushing game.
And part of that will come with keeping the offense on the field, sustaining drives. Nebraska has not been the most explosive offense this year, even with the wunderkind at quarterback in Dylan Raiola, even with two transfer wide receivers, a transfer running back as well. We'll let VJ hop in here. But to that point, Farley, if Nebraska's not going to be explosive, Nebraska has to be consistent offensively.
Yeah, Nebraska does a lot. The passing game has to work for us. Dylan Raiola has to snap out of that little streak that he's going through and pick it up and carry his team on his back today. And it's senior day, and the seniors got to be ready for everything. It's their last game here in Memorial Stadium, so they got to play lights out.
That's the biggest thing is the senior day. Your mom, your dad, your family, everybody that loves you is going to be in this game. They're going to be here. It's a beautiful day for football. I can't believe it's November, and we haven't had any snow, rain, sleet. So they should be thanking whoever they need to thank for this beautiful day to play football, but play for the people that mean something today. Play for the people that might not have a chance to play, that play vicariously through those young men out there.
Yeah, and when we look at Wisconsin, we talk about their offense, their quarterbacks, two quarterbacks out, no offensive coordinator. This is a big game for the black shirt because now the team is left wondering, and you put the pressure on them, especially with a third string backup quarterback.
Well, there's a reason why I wore all black shirt, and it wasn't just for you, because it's going to take those black shirts to win this football game. When your offense is struggling, they're not as good as they could be, and not necessarily like they should be, then the defense, you guys have always done a great job of picking up the slack, making sure you guys score plenty of points, and when the opportunity presents itself as far as picking off interceptions, not letting them slide through your hands, and then the other guy catches it for a touchdown. Those are the types of plays that they're going to have to make today in order to get to the bowl game for the first time in over a decade.
Yeah, they got to go out here and win this game. You got everybody behind you. You got the crowd behind you. We beat Creighton last night. Let's go out here and beat Wisconsin today.
It's Creighton. It's not Creighton.
Whatever. We're not Jaysker today.
I'm not a Jaysker today.
You're not a Jaysker.
All right, that's fair.
Then the women's volleyball got Wisconsin tonight. So this
number
is
6 Wisconsin.
Yeah, not better than our team. Our girls won 24 straight matches.
You think you can give me the tickets to the volleyball game?
Oh, no.
I heard it was the hottest ticket in the city. I did. I'm serious. They said it costs you more to go to a Nebraska volleyball game than it will to go to the Nebraska football game these days.
Yeah, to keep people updated. Ohio State's up 21-7 right now.
Oh, no.
And it's getting out of hand third quarter. Just started the third quarter. Caleb Down ran a punt back. So Ohio
Indiana, who we thought they were.
Yeah, well, they started out first there, so it was good. But they scored first, and now they trained and slowed down.
The game's not over. I look forward to seeing a 4-quarter game. We haven't put together a 4-quarter game in all 3 facets of the game, and I think if we can put a valiant effort, go 150% on every single play, win the individual battles, man, we should easily win this war.
Yeah, well, I think Nebraska has to do offensively. I think they have to score every drive. At least get a field goal, put some points on the board, help this defense out, play team ball. And at the end of the game, we win it. And I think we win it very comfortably. I'm saying 24-17.
Yeah, you know me, I never like to hand out any type of predictions, but I think if we can go out and play the way I think we're capable of playing, I think Coach Holgerson's, Coach Rule, I just think that they understand now that this is a different animal at Nebraska, and you got to win. That's the only thing you can do is win, baby. And the inmates don't run the ship. They do. So I look for us to be fired out of a cannon. I look for those seniors to really lay it all out there on the football field. At the end of this game, they should not be able to even somebody's got to go peel them off the carpet because they laid it out there on the football field. When you give it all you got, you don't have any energy to leave. So the seniors have to come together. The youngsters need to play for the seniors and put together a game that I think we all can be happy for moving forward, and that'll set us up for the finale against Iowa Black Friday and being able to go get that win, and maybe not just winning 6 games, but winning 7.
All right. Special teams, man. Good day for kicking. Weather's not a factor, really. The weather feels good out here, probably almost 60 degrees. Great day for a late November game right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Bushini been kicking well all season. Should get some Big Ten awards with his kicking. John Hall has held up the kicking job lately since Christian Alvano been up. But I think we win this game still with great special team play, great defense, great offense.
Yeah, I think Boom Sheeny does what Boom Sheeny does. I think what I would love to see is just get a punt return. Can we get a return in the kickoff return game or the punt return game? Can we get a hold up? You saw Ja'Cory Barney back there a couple times on punt return. I would love to see him and maybe another couple other guys back there and see what they can get done. But I can tell you right now, if we can somehow get some points in the whether that comes from a field goal block or a punt return block, we need points in the special team games as well as the defensive game.
Oh yeah, we need special team points. We need defensive points. We need offensive points. What's your expectation of the offense? How many points you want them to score in order to win this game today?
Anytime you bring in Dana Holgerson, the average is wanting to get 35 points a game, 5 big plays a game. Do the things. Oh man, the military's rolling in, y'all. Do the things. That's what you're hearing in the background. The choppers are rolling. Okay, those are 4 choppers and a Canuck. Dang, nice. Okay, anyway, when you really look at the offense and what we have not been able to get done, I think is what we have been able to get done. The plays we have been successful on, elaborate on those, run those plays, run them successfully, and I think at the end of the day, we'll put up 35 points and everybody will be happy. I think Dana's done a great job of just giving these guys identity. The identity needs to be make plays. That is, if the ball's in the air and Dylan puts you in a bad spot as a receiver, help your young quarterback out. Knock the doggone ball down. Don't let the defenders catch the ball and intercept it. You must become a defender when you play receiver.
Well, second week in this offense, I look for it to be better. I look for the tight end delay to be a lot better. I look for the back out the backfield to look better. I look for Jalen Lloyd to come in and do his thing. I'm really excited about seeing what Quinn Clark can do since they praised him all week. Dardell and the rest of these guys, Emmett Johnson. It's just a great day for a ball game, man. Just the weather makes it even better. So I'm going to go home and watch it with my screen door open instead of closed today.
Well, I think you're not going to the game.
No.
Oh, you're terrible. I think, when you look at the young Quinn Clark, son of Ken Clark, a late great legend running back here, number 32, if you didn't know. But I think Quinn Clark's upside is that he's got a chance to be in the program, and his work ethic is different than a lot of people. For him to be a youngster, he's the young leaders of tomorrow that we need to step up today. And I look for Quinn Clark to get some opportunities to maybe do some things. He's a dynamic, bigger kid. He's wiry. He can block. He's got an anger issue when it comes to the field. He's nicest guy off the field. But look for Quinn to do some big things. I think at the grand scheme of things, if we can get 28 points from our offense, 7 points from our defense, that's 35 points. Should be plenty against this Wisconsin defense who haven't proven, or offense that haven't proven that they can do anything.
Yeah, sounds great to me. Well, we'll see when the kickoffs come. I was up 16-6 right now, so Bach is going to take that loss. I don't know why he picked Maryland, but we'll talk about that.
Probably the same reason why I picked Indiana.
Yeah.
Did you pick Indiana?
I would.
Oh,
never.
No, I changed to Ohio State, didn't at the last minute?
No.
Whatever.
You picked them.
Whatever.
So it's all right.
Hey, we are at the Kindler Hotel. Book your stay today at the Kindler Hotel in one of their 45 well-appointed guest rooms that provides luxury in the heart of downtown. Enjoy a drink at Botanio's Lounge while you hear and take an outdoor patio. That's where we are right now. Book your stay at thekindlerhotel.com. We're seeing all the Husker fans go by. Let's see if we can get a good Go Big Red. Go Big Red! Oh my God, we trying to win! Go Big Red! All right, that's a little bit better. I mean, sometimes, it's about enthusiasm, right? It's about giving it all you got. And sometimes all you might have is a shout. But I think if the fans can show up today in a major way, make it loud for that inexperienced quarterback, it should be a great day for Husker fans.
We're right. All right. I guess we're done here at the Kindler right here. Game time is at 2:30 today. Black shirt, that's me. Captain, that's me. What?
93.7 The Ticket, the kickoff show. We'll see you guys in a minute. Hey, stay tuned. Austin Oberman, Chancellor Brewington will be up next.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Home. It's more than a place, it's a feeling. This is Eric Bertrand with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. If you're looking for a place to call home, call me. Let's review your financing options and get you into the home of your dreams. Proudly serving Husker fans.
Personal banking like you remember.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Black Friday savings all month long. From appliances to mattresses, the savings can be found at Schaefer's. For a limited time, you can save $200 on a legendary Speed Queen pair of your own, including new black models with a 7-year warranty. These American-made machines are built on a solid foundation to outlast the competition. Every day is Black Friday in November, now at Schaefer's.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Raising Cane's.
Big thanks to our friends at Raising Cane's for their sponsorship of this segment of our Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Order like a champ with the Raising Cane's mobile app or online at raisingcanes.com. With that, you'll be able to feed the whole team this football season. You'll have cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that reigning MVP, the signature Cane's sauce. Game days are better with Cane's. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. We're here at the Kindler Hotel A1 Automotive Tailgate, taking place at 1040 O Street. Appreciate them stopping by. Austin Norman joined by Chancellor Brewington. Chance, it is a beautiful day.
Hey.
You don't get many of these in late November in Nebraska.
You definitely don't. I remember my Wisconsin game. It was about 15 degrees. It was not very fun. It was windy, and you had to run the football.
Could not run the football.
Yeah, could not.
It is a great day for Nebraska to have a great day. It is a party sort of climate here today with the beautiful weather that we have. Obviously, it'll get a little colder as we get closer to kickoff and then up through the end of the game. But, weather favors both teams, with what both teams want to do. But there's a lot off the field that I think is slanting Nebraska as a favorite. We've heard it a couple different times here on the pregame. But obviously, we know Nebraska had its coordinator tumult a couple weeks ago. They have a game under their belts with Dana Holgorsen as OC. Luke Fickell fires offensive coordinator Phil Longo this week, not during their bye week, doesn't give him an extra week to work on it like Nebraska did, but during a game week, hasn't said who's calling plays. They said it's going to be collaborative, most likely. Oh, and by the way, Wisconsin's top receiver and their all-conference safety also out today. It really feels like all the stars are aligning for Nebraska.
Yeah, it does. It does. And, when there's a not knowing who's going to call the plays and stuff, and, new offensive coordinator, there's a lot of question marks as a player. There's a lot of uncertainty. Sometimes guys try to play two roles, and that's what you don't want to do. And so if Nebraska can capitalize, knowing all that it went through with the Holgorsen shift from Satterfield to Holgorsen, there's some loopholes and there's some areas you said some key players are out. They have a lot to capitalize on this game against Wisconsin.
It's been 12 years since Nebraska beat Wisconsin. 2012 is the only win the Huskers have over the Badgers in the series in the Big Ten era. Husker fans might not know because they've never seen it in the trophy case in Lincoln, but Nebraska and Wisconsin play for a trophy called the Freedom Trophy. And I think that's perfectly fitting, Chancellor, because I can only imagine the amount of freedom mentally that would come to this program, this team, and this fan base if Nebraska is able to find a way to beat Wisconsin, to get off that 12-year, 10-game losing streak, get back to bowl eligibility. Freedom being freed is just the word that comes to mind if Nebraska is able to get it done today.
I love it. I love it. Freedom. That's the theme of this game right now is who's gonna get that freedom. Nebraska and Wisconsin are kind of in the same scenario in their season and what they want to do. They both want to be bowl eligible teams. And with this game for Nebraska, I think a win here the players and coaches, everyone in the facility can kind of just take a deep breath, and obviously you got Iowa coming up. But for you to, be 5-1 and not get a win yet, I really think Nebraska can take a deep breath in the players specifically.
There's a very interesting line that's walked, right? Because you can play loose or you can play unbuttoned, right? Those are two different things. You can play tight or you can play buttoned up.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska just feels like it's been maybe not even buttoned up or
Yeah.
tight, but just straight up puckered up, right? 5-1. Huskers on a 4-game losing streak. This is their last opportunity at home before they go to Iowa next week. I get it. There are plenty of reasons for Nebraska to be tight. But, Chancellor, maybe what are some of the reasons that Nebraska should play with no fear, play with confidence, play like they have nothing to lose today?
Well, I mean, the number one reason is senior day. It's senior day. You got, Dylan Riley talked about it's going to be the last time he plays with these guys. It's probably going to be the last time they're all in the facility together on a game day, with the whole walk-on cut, limit roster. There's going to be a lot of guys who aren't able to play on this team anymore after the season. So, there's so much at stake here. This is a game where you're going to look back if you're a player, 5-10 years from now and be like, man, this is what started the Nebraska dynasty or the Nebraska, back to where it was in the 90s.
Makes sense. Chancellor Brewington, Austin Orman with you from the Kindler Hotel patio. Make sure you book your stay at the Kindler Hotel today at thekindlerhotel.com. Not far from Raising Cane's, the sponsor of this segment. Speaking of being free, Chancellor, Dana Holgerson really seems like he freed up Emmett Johnson last week.
Mm-hmm.
A team-high 17 touches for Emmett's a sophomore running back, I
Yeah.
believe it is, wearing number 21. Is that a guy that you think Nebraska can lean on in a game like this?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think he had 10 carries last week, I believe, and about seven catches. Yeah, so I want to see the carries go up. The reason why we saw him in the past game because there was a lot of check down stuff based on what USC's defense was doing. But I really want to see him get around the 15 to 19 carry mark, and then Dante creep up there with 10 carries as well.
I started to get onto that with Farley before the captain hopped in, but it's a segment, it's his show, it's whatever. I'll get out of the way. But part of the reason that Nebraska maybe hasn't been able to get that number of carries to one guy, let alone two guys, is that they like both guys that they're featuring in the backfield right now with Emmett Johnson, of course, Dante Dowdell, but also just the lack of consistency on offense, right? The way you get guys more touches is not by forcing the ball to them, it's by sustaining drives.
Right.
Nebraska hasn't always done that. And of course, when Nebraska does sustain drives, not often enough is it resulting in 7 points for the Huskers. When you look at how Nebraska can stay on the field against Wisconsin, have long drives, and then pay it off, what are some of the keys for the Huskers?
Yeah, I think first you hold on to the football. We fumbled in some crucial moments, Ohio State, and even UTEP earlier in the year. Holding on to the football and then making sure the ball's out of Dylan Riley's hand quick. I don't want to see him holding on to the football too long. And when it's time to connect on a shot, meaning a deep play, a deep shot down to Jamal Banks, Isaiah Nayer, Jalen Lloyd, Ja'Cory Barney, whoever it is, make sure we connect on that, and we cannot miss it, a la Ohio State game.
Man, it was even Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Raiola Lindenmeyer on that third down call. Jalen Lloyd, is that a guy, do you like how he's being used? Do you want to see more of him? Where are you at with 19?
Yeah, I'm confused on why we haven't seen more of him. I mean, every time I see him in the game, whether it's Colorado, whether it's UNI, whether it's
last drive last week,
Purdue game on the reverse, like I'm consistently seeing him show up in a big way. I want to see more of him. You can use him in so many ways, and he's not afraid to block as well. Yes, sir.
Throw the bones. There we go. Appreciate you guys. Give us a wave if you're walking by. We love interacting with you. If you know us, give us a shout out. Of course, make sure you're watching on stream as well, listening on the app if you're making your way down to the stadium. Interesting matchup for Nebraska against this Wisconsin defense. Again, down its best player, Hunter Wooler, the safety that gave Nebraska some fits last year. I think he went out after a targeting call, but in the first half, he was really good. This is a Wisconsin defense that allows the same number of points per game as Nebraska and just limited one of the most explosive offenses in the country in Oregon last week. Do you think Wisconsin can carry that defensive effort on the road to Lincoln?
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, I would hope not, of course.
but
But if I was in a Wisconsin,
if you're in the locker room,
if I'm in the locker room, Wisconsin, that's a lot of momentum. You just went toe to toe with the best team in the country, and for me, I was thinking that was what Nebraska was going to do with the Ohio State game. They're going to carry that energy, carry that momentum into the UCLA game. Obviously, it doesn't happen, but if you're Wisconsin, you go toe to toe, and we're up at halftime versus them, right? You have that momentum going into this game. I would think that would go towards their favor, but now you fire the offense coordinator right after that. I don't know how that's going to play a part.
Let's talk about the Nebraska defense a little bit here. Braden Locke is the starting quarterback. He's thrown an interception in all of his starts. Hat tip Nick Sainert for that one. But even more concerning than what Jaden Mayava did for USC last week at the quarterback position is what Woody Marks did. What USC did to Nebraska in the run game. Whoever it is calling the plays for Wisconsin, let's just say it's Luke Fickell, he circled those plays that USC hit Nebraska with. And not only those, Chancellor, but there's something Wisconsin's going to do off of that. They'll put that look out there and then run something just a little bit different. What went wrong for Nebraska against the run last week? How do they fix it today?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is you've shown a little bit too many times for this Nebraska defense the loopholes. You've shown it against Indiana. You showed it a little bit against Ohio State, not too much. You showed it against Illinois a lot. You showed it against UNI. And so when you stack up those games, and obviously UCLA, when you stack up those games, there's a bunch of film on you. And offenses can pick and choose what they want to use. And now you got USC. So I would expect a lot of nuances. There was a lot of gap scheme, a lot of counters, a lot of pulling guards, pulling tackles that kind of messed up the 3-3-5 look. So I would expect those type of things from Wisconsin. So for the viewers out there, if you see any guard pulling across the line of scrimmage along with a tackle or a tight end or a fullback, they probably took those type of plays right from USC and maybe get to them the same way, maybe line up in the same thing like you're talking about and throw the football backside. You never know.
The cliche is that stopping the run starts up front, right, with the defensive line, and obviously there's some truth to it, so it becomes a cliche. When you look at Nebraska's run defense, what has been maybe the issue leading to those breakdowns? Is it one area that's been consistently lacking, or is the problem that you can't put your finger on exactly what goes wrong consistently?
Yeah, I would say the number one way to stop a run is interior penetration, right? So, from your big guys up front, Ty, Nash, and they did a decent job, but it wasn't as consistent. And, when you got pulling guards, you're getting pinned from one way, pinned from the other. So that I would say vertical penetration, it sometimes doesn't translate based on the run scheme. So I think Wisconsin is a more of an outside zone team. They're going to run the ball towards the edges and downhill. It's not going to be as much creativity as the USC game. So I would really want to see Ty, Nash, Elijah Judy, all those guys, Jamari, all those guys in there, in the front three, front four to really get penetration, loop backside on some stuff, and clog up them holes.
How much of that falls too on that fourth guy Nebraska has on the line of scrimmage at that jack position, whether it's MJ Sherman, Princeville Uman, Mielin, Willis McGahee, guys like that?
Yeah, it definitely does. They're an extension of the DN. They're also or the D line. They're also extension of the linebacker room. They're kind of in that hybrid middle position. And when they're not setting edge, when they're not beating tackles on pass rush, when they're not being disruptive in the run game, when they're getting sent in each A gap, it really messes with the Nebraska defensive scheme. You need those guys to be efficient. And I think that we've kind of seen a decline in that play with Princeville and MJ. I think this is a perfect opportunity to get something going and lead into the Iowa game as well.
The other headline, I think, for Nebraska defensively is that on Monday, Matt Rule made the comment that Tommy Hill is out for the season. He won't play today. He won't play against Iowa as well. Could hypothetically make it back for bowl practice. But, man, he's been playing on that plantar fascia injury, and that's a really tricky one to come back from. First of all, it's the fact that Tommy Hill is out. But to me, Chancellor, it was more that sense of urgency and maybe a little different side of Matt Rule than we've seen before, because he didn't just say, yeah, Tommy's out. He's going to miss the next couple games. He's been rehabbing. He's going to keep rehabbing. Appreciate the effort he gave us. We wish the best for him. We're here for him. That's not what Matt Rule said. What Matt Rule said was, it's tough. I can't put him out there anymore. He gave up touchdowns and then listed the touchdowns against Illinois, against Indiana, and last week against USC. Matt Rule doesn't do that. It was such a tone shift from the head coach. I'm not going to say it was undeserved. I'm not going to say it was a shot that he didn't need to take. maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'd love
Right.
your perspective if you're in the locker room. How does that come off? But also, hey, that's a message to the players. Guys, it's now or never. We can't afford to wait anymore. We got to put the best players in right now.
Yeah, the Tommy Hill situation is interesting. I mean, you go on the presser and you specifically name each time he got beat for a touchdown, first drive of the game, right? Was that necessary? I don't, in my personal opinion, as a player, if I'm seeing that wasn't necessary, right? But I will say he was pinpointing the fact that he needs guys who are ready to go full speed 100%, and that wasn't up to the standard, right?
Yeah.
And so obviously you're dealing with the foot injury, but you need a guy in there now knowing the standard, whether it's Jeremiah Charles, whether they just go to a true 2 cornerback set where they just have Malcolm Hartzog and they just have Sair Wright in there. Whoever it is in there has to make sure they're ready to play early. And the first drive of the game, there's no let ups. Jeremiah Charles against UCLA. We had Tommy Hill against Illinois. We can't let those things happen.
Not with bowl eligibility on the line for both teams. Both teams at 5-5. One of them will walk out of Memorial Stadium with a bowl berth in hand. The other has an important game the next week. Nebraska against Iowa and Wisconsin against Minnesota. All right, Chancellor, just very briefly here. Who's your key player for Nebraska today?
Yeah, I will say key player. I'll go Ty Robinson. And then on the offensive end, I think the 2 big guys are going to have to have big games. Jamal Banks and Isaiah Nair, they got called out by Coach Holgerson this week, and those guys need to have big games because there's going to be a lot of one-on-one situations where they're going to be counted on to win.
Most importantly, do the Huskers get it done today? Are we celebrating in postgame?
I think so. I think it's going to be a tight one. I believe it's going to be maybe 2013 or 17-14. So that's that. I'm hoping, right? That's an optimistic chance right there.
An optimistic chancellor, in fact, you might say. He's Chancellor Brewington, former Husker tight end. I'm Austin Norman. That's going to do it for us here from the Kindler patio. Really appreciate them having us out all year. We won't be back here next week. It's a Friday, and it's a road game. So for everything the Kindler has done for us, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We have enjoyed our time out here immensely. Got blessed with a perfect day of weather to wrap things up. Make sure if you're on your way to the game, on your way home from the game, celebrate with some Canes. Check them out on 14th Street, just down the block from us on 11th and O. They got everything you need right there. You can even order online or with their mobile app, raisingcanes.com, to learn more. For Chancellor, I'm Austin. Stick with us. Another hour of pregame coverage ahead of Nebraska, or half an hour, I guess. A 2:30 kick, not a 3 o'clock kick. We got AD and Raph, Rico and Harrison, and ending things out from the studio. It's been fun. We'll talk to you again soon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
This is Shane Podliska, mortgage lender at Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. I'm here to help you achieve your goal, the American dream of home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home or looking to refinance, I've got the experience and know-how to make it happen. So let's tackle this together. Call me, Shane Podliska, and let's get you into the end zone of home ownership. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Go Big Red.
Personal banking like you remember.
Mindel Footwear is your solution against sore feet, blisters, and poor footing. Don't just take our word for it. Take it from Sip, who said he's never had a pair of boots more comfortable. You won't find Mindel Footwear in any store, sold exclusively at MindelUSA.com right out of Sidney, Nebraska. They're so confident you will enjoy the comfort their boots offer. If they don't work out for you, they'll cover the shipping to return them. Use code THETICKET for free shipping because your feet deserve a treat too. Mindel boots, just try them on.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Perch Merch.
Folks, we are here. It is game day. Kickoff is in less than 45 minutes. 2:30 p.m. Nebraska takes on the Wisconsin Badgers. Two programs that are trying to find their way to at least to get to 6 wins, become bowl eligible. Just kind of scores updates. There's some surprises and some scores that aren't quite surprises right now. There's a battle that's going on in Columbus, Ohio. And the reason why I paused right there for a second, because I was eating the delicious food from Mary Ellen's Harrison. It is awesome, bro.
It smells good.
Yes,
I'm starting
it's
to.
so
You guys
good.
brought it into the studio here and
Get the baked beans.
Starting to salivate here a little bit.
Baked beans.
Rafi, what was your go-to, man?
At first, it was the pulled pork, but then I got the baked beans. I broke down. And oh my goodness, they're so good.
It's ridiculous. Harrison, have you had any of it yet?
No, man. I'm working on the board, and I got to stay on. I cannot be
watching
getting
his
this
body.
grease. I'm not worried about the figure. I'm going to dive in, but yeah, when I'm working on this nice board, this beautiful studio, I just can't be getting grease all over it.
Oh no, you gotta be careful. I get that, and it's good. Big shout out to Mary Ellen's restaurant, the amazing food they brought in, and big shout out also, of course, to our sponsors for this segment. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing promotional needs in and around Lincoln. Screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, and more. Go to perchmerch.com. Again, that is perchmerch.com. This segment is sponsored by
They made the
Perch.
Raph Roadies t-shirts.
Yes, they did.
They're
And
very
do-
nice looking shirts too. They
Get
do
your
a good
Raph
job.
Roadies t-shirts.
Yes, Raph, how do they get those, man?
Just come into the studio. You can buy one, or you can go online and you can find us there.
I love it. I love it. Quick score updates, guys, before we dive into the Huskers. Miami's taking care of Wake Forest 26-14 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Prominent games that are going on. Ohio State is handling business. They're up 28-7 over Indiana with 10:31 left in the fourth quarter. Raph and I were watching that one earlier today. Rutgers right now is interesting, and it's early. It's not early, but it's
Going to the fourth.
going to the fourth quarter. Rutgers is up 17-15 right now, Harrison, over number 25 Illinois. Yes. In Iowa, up right now is up 26-13 over Maryland. 8:40 left in that game as well. Obviously, that's who we face on Black Friday. We take care of Iowa. And there's a slew of games tonight.
Did you see the Georgia game?
No, I did not. Did I?
31-21 against Massachusetts right now.
Oh, wow. I look at it. Yeah, 31-21. 12:50. Hey, it's only the third quarter. There's 12:52 left in the third.
Let's go, UMass.
UMass, go ahead and take the Smarties down.
Kill the
Take them down.
strain.
Kill the strain. Texas Tech plays Oklahoma State at 2:30. One prominent game there. Penn State, of course, Minnesota. That is at 2:30. Penn State's favored by 11 in that game as well. And then this evening's games will be interesting as well. You got Army at Notre Dame. You got Nick's Fighting Irish, Nick Sainert, big swim. Marcus Freeman. Yes, and Army. I want to talk about the game just for a smidget real fast. Raph, do you think Army has a chance to upset Notre Dame?
Not tonight.
Don't think it'll happen.
I think Notre Dame takes care of them.
Takes care of them tonight.
Yep.
Harrison, what about you, bro?
Oh, there's a chance for it. I mean, we just saw Kentucky and Georgia earlier in the season. Maybe it's just a weird year for Georgia.
Very.
Massachusetts, like you said, 21-31. Yeah, I could see it. I don't. Not very likely. I would never bet on it, but it's college football. We've seen crazier things happen. I mean, this is the same Notre Dame team that lost to NIU at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely. Raph, I'm also intrigued by the Kansas Colorado game that'll take place at 2:30 as well. Lance Leipold pretty well, head coach at KU. One of KU's players, what was the young man's name, the cornerback that was kind of put some words out there against Travis Hunter.
It was either Colby Bryant or their other corner.
Yeah.
Forgot his name right now.
Do you like that, Raph?
No, not at all.
Why would you poke the bear?
You're stoking the fire.
Listen, I mean, you got probably leading the Heisman Trophy race right now.
That's like Colorado. They have the Michael Jordan approach. Like, they'll make it up if you don't.
Exactly.
When you're willingly, I mean, you're just going to give them the ammunition.
You're throwing red meat out there right
You
now.
literally beat Colorado with kindness. Like, you just can't. They're too good at using that against you if you try to start trash talking.
Yeah. We took
It's really good.
And we took that personal.
I love it so much more when the other team starts talking and chirping. Gosh, that makes coaching so much easier.
It does, because if the players see that, they hear them like, okay, it's like that. And Travis Hunter, the dude is a generational talent.
Heisman Trophy winner.
He's a generational talent. So you have that game coming up as well. Another game that's intriguing to me, guys, USC UCLA. That's tonight.
Yep.
If I can, well, of course, I'm going to watch the Lady Huskers play tonight, but I'll get to that in a second. But USC UCLA, Harrison, who are you picking in that game? Because UCLA, they've turned things around. Of course, we've lost back to those guys. Not back to back. Well, back to back schedule wise, but a week off and lose the next one. USC, of course, last week out there in California, the Coliseum. Who are you picking for that game? USC UCLA.
Give me the Bruins. USC has just not been impressive for me.
Sean Foster's got those guys going at UCLA, man.
Yeah, and like, I think the thing that people realize when we played UCLA is, like, even if you're not high on Deshaun Foster, you look at the rest of that coaching staff and you're like, oh, hold on a minute. This is a pretty good coaching staff. And then I wasn't overly impressed by USC. I mean, we should have had multiple turnovers in that game. Their game plan was not necessarily impressive. It really felt like we just kind of, here's the win. They didn't look overly impressive in any area.
Nebraska had the red and white just like Santa Claus
Mhm.
last week, and we became Santa to them. Of course, there were some missed calls. We can get into that all year, but it's not just Nebraska who's been the beneficiary of bad officiating. Nebraska did some things to themselves, self-inflicted wounds as far as that goes. I'm not going to be one to blame the refs. Raf, who are you taking that USC-UCLA game?
Gosh, I'm going to go USC just for the quarterback factor. I thought that he'd gain that confidence there at the end of the Nebraska game there. So I'm gonna go Maivia, USC.
How about I just say this? I could care less. Okay, there we go.
Well, that's what I wanted to go, but put pressure on me to make selection. Darn it.
Yeah, you know what? I think that game is kind of like Nebraska versus Iowa. It's Oklahoma, Nebraska versus back in the day. It's Alabama versus Auburn. Regardless of what the records are going to look like, because it's an intercity rival, those games are going. I think it's going to be a tough game. I do think UCLA probably beating those guys, pulling it out. Lincoln Riley, you think about this? If he lost to Nebraska, I think Lincoln Riley might have been unemployed on Sunday morning.
Well, there's a chance today.
There is.
You lose to UCLA, that's been, not that impressive this year. So that hot seat gets a little bit hotter.
It gets a lot hotter. You guys, today's game, of course, Nebraska. We take on
Wisconsin.
Yes, but I'm just thinking. I think we take on Nebraska more than Wisconsin within ourselves, man.
Yep.
Because that's why I paused for a second, because you have, again, Harrison, you have these seniors who you have Big Nash that came back.
Yep.
All right.
Ty Robinson.
Big Ty that came back. They made a commitment. We want to come back and change the narrative that's been going on with Nebraska football. Obviously, it's been a very disappointing November. And if we're being honest with ourselves, you guys, we've left a lot of games out there this year. The past 4 for sure, with the exception of Indiana. You have a chance. You're slugging out with the number 2 Ohio State, who's taking care of business right now against Indiana. You had a chance to win that one. That changed the trajectory of a program. Not a program if you win that. We know. So that's where we're at right now. Raf, what has to happen today for Nebraska from the offensive side, and I'll go defensive side next. Offensively, who would you like to see? You look at Dana Holgorsen. Dana Holgorsen had nothing to lose by coming to Nebraska, first of all. He's being paid handsomely, which is neither here or there. But he's also being paid still from his former employer. You come in 2 weeks, you're looking at, okay, what am I dealing with? You're like a chef in a kitchen. Am I dealing with ramen noodles? Am I dealing with a good restaurant? What do I have to deal with here? He's got recipes. There's talent that's there. We had Ted Gilmore, former Nebraska receivers coach, that was most recently at Michigan State. He goes, AD, Nebraska has talent, man. There is talent in there. And Harrison and Raf, Dana came out very loudly and said, you know what?
Yeah.
You're playing lazy.
Yep.
There's holes that are there. Did they pick it up a little bit against USC? Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
However, though, offensively, Raf, who would you like to see this afternoon? What is one key to victory from the offensive side of the ball?
I woke up this morning
with my mind stayed on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind. Okay, that was old black spiritual in church, but nevertheless, go ahead, Raf.
I remember being there.
I woke up this morning. When you said I woke up this morning, I was like, here we go.
Felt like I was back in church. No. I woke up this morning, Rico. I woke up this morning, and here's my deal.
It's Rico. And real quick, a big shout out, happy birthday to Rachel Cleary Alvarez, Rico's wife. It's her birthday. Happy birthday to her. Raf, go ahead, my man.
I woke up this morning and I said, Dylan Raiola, get some of that swag back that you had at the beginning of the year. You are Dylan Raiola. Go out there and impose your Dylan Raiola self. I feel like the last 4 or 5 weeks, he's sort of lost that. You are one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Conviction. Set your feet.
Yeah.
Spin the ball with conviction. Let it rip. This is Dylan Raiola's game. This is his game. Is he going to put his tail between his legs and run away? Or is he going to step up and be the Dylan Raiola I know that he can be? And that's my offense today. If Dylan Raiola steps up with the conviction and has that swagger, like they always say, he wants to follow in Patrick Mahomes' footsteps. What does Patrick Mahomes always do? He kills you because he's Patrick Mahomes.
Harrison, what do you see today from Dylan Raiola? What would you like to see offensively, man?
Honestly, but Dylan Raiola, I don't know. He's got to continue to get comfortable. Like, he's definitely had a season where he's missed some open guys. Nothing you wouldn't expect to have a true freshman. I mean, just keep running the ball. That's the thing I liked most about USC game was 1st and 10. Let's not be cute with it. I don't care if we get 1 or 2 yards, but at least we're looking at 2nd and 9, not 3rd or 2nd and 12, whatever I want to be. We're just staying consistent. So Dowdell, Emmett Johnson, pick one. I don't care. Run the ball. And just keep running it. Like, be consistent with it. I think that was a big change for us versus USC, and it led to a lot of manageable 3rd downs.
I see one of the keys to, today for Nebraska is consistency. Do not shoot yourself with self-inflicted wounds. That's going to be one thing on the offensive side, man. You cannot shoot yourself with self-inflicted wounds. And Nebraska has done that. Let's be honest, you guys, not just this year. They've done it the past 2 years, the past 20 years, as far as that goes. I would like to see from Nebraska today just to take care of business. And Nick, I would like to see them take care of business and just execute offensively. And I want the running backs, you guys, not run up the tail of your tackles and guards. There's holes that were there against USC, Harrison, that they failed to see. And the biggest thing, Raph, you guys, what I want to see today, want to. It's just 1-2 football.
Yeah.
It's just 1-2 football.
Stop thinking about the damn pass. Like,
Exactly.
Just go play today.
Just go play today.
That's what's so frustrating.
Just go freaking play today. And to the seniors that are out there, again, it's hard for me. In fact, it's not even hard for me. I can't comprehend how today, being your last game, some of these 6-year seniors who have been through 2 coaching staffs as far as that goes, you've seen so much. You have a chance today to basically lock in your win for post-game, for postseason. You have a chance today at home of all places. Don't wait until next week to Black Friday in Iowa.
Yeah.
You got a chance today to say, you know what? We changed the curse. I'm not even going to get into curse type stuff. We'll call it a drought. You basically put a hole in the drought from 7 years. Yep. I'm getting these guys to a bowl to change their narrative of Nebraska football. Raph, defensively, what do you want to see? Man, we'll do this quick before we get out of here. What do you want to see defensively?
Defense, I just want to see that front 7 put pressure on the quarterback. Man, I mean, Wisconsin, we don't know where they're at right now. They got a new offense coordinator. They don't know what they're doing on offense. That's where Nebraska imposes their will. Don't sit back and wait for what Wisconsin's going to do. Punch them in the face right away. Put the pressure on right away. Get that. I mean, you got Nash, you got Ty playing in their last games.
Right.
They should be animals out there today.
You got 2 seniors. You got Ty that's out there, big Nash that's out on the other side. And, so I also look at this interior line-wise and linebacker-wise. I want to see guys flying around the field and play with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Have fun.
I mean, like, at football,
the end of the day,
man.
I mean, I understand we're playing to get to a bowl game here, but this is it. We're not playing for a national championship today. We're not playing this game other than getting to a bowl game, which is huge for Nebraska. I understand it completely.
For a lot of reasons.
But go out there,
for a lot
around,
of reasons.
Have a good time, be aggressive. I mean, at the end of the day, football is football. I mean, we can talk about scheming and plays and blah, 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 but it's 11 on 11.
Yeah.
Be better than the guy across from you. If you're better than the guy across from you, I guarantee you better results will happen.
I'll say this as we close this out. Again, a big shout out to Perch Merch. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing promotional needs in and around Lincoln. Screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, and more. Go to perchmerch.com. You guys, I would think the thing that I would want to see from Nebraska today is play with no cares. Exactly. Just go play football. Play with no cares. Abandoned. There's 11 bottles every single play that goes on. Win your bottles, and you can win the game. Raph, what's your score, man?
What did I say? 27-24.
27-24. I'm going 2017. Harrison, what about you, my man?
I'm going to go 2013.
2013 who? Nebraska?
Nebraska.
Skurs. Folks, that is me and Raph, purchased by perchmerch.com. That is our pregame. That's going in. Up next, you have Enrique, Clear Alvarez, and Harrison will come in, sponsored by Select Plumbing. They'll be in shortly. Folks, be careful, be safe, scream loud. Also, big shout out to Lady Huskers tonight. Coach Cook, they take on Wisconsin at 7 p.m. at the Devaney, and I know that's a hot ticket right now. I've seen ticket prices for over $400 for that game tonight. And it's going to be standing room only.
Wow.
Folks, thanks for riding with us. Stay tuned. The night
I love you, Tracy.
Oh.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. With over 20 years in the industry, I have found it's extremely gratifying to solve my customers' home financing needs and then show them the options and strategies available for them to fulfill their goals. But my biggest reward comes when I watch my valued customers experience the American dream of home ownership and move into their new home. Talk with me about your home loan at Lincoln Federal and Go Big Red. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Personal banking like you remember.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
Mindel Footwear is your solution against sore feet, blisters, and poor footing. Don't just take our word for it. Take it from Sip, a city's never had a pair of boots more comfortable. You won't find Mindel Footwear in any store sold exclusively at MindelUSA.com right out of Sidney, Nebraska. They're so confident you will enjoy the comfort their boots offer. If they don't work out for you, they'll cover the shipping to return them. Use code THETICKET for free shipping because your feet deserve a treat too. Mindel Boots, just try them on.
The Kindler Hotel in downtown Lincoln is a boutique hotel experience unlike any other in the area. Their 45 well-appointed rooms take inspiration from the history of Lincoln. Their double queen rooms are great for guests traveling with family, and the suites are great for a business trip or romantic getaway. No trip to the Kindler is complete without a handcrafted cocktail from Boitano's Lounge on the main floor, with comfortable seating options both inside and on the outside patio. Book your room today at thekindlerhotel.com in Lincoln at 11th and P.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Ready to hit the road in style? Liberty First Credit Union is revving up your ride with unbeatable auto loan specials. Cruise away with rates as low as 4.79% APR for 48 months on a 2020 or newer vehicle. Need a longer term? No worries. They've got you covered with 4.89 APR for 60 months and 4.99 APR for 72 months. Hurry, these rates are cruising fast, so don't get left in the dust. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Select Plumbing.
All right, welcome back into the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Only a couple segments left here before we get to 2:30 and kickoff. Nebraska takes on Wisconsin for their last home game of the season. It's senior day, and obviously a lot on the line today, more than just a bowl game, really, getting the monkey off the back, if you will. But like it said in the opening, this segment is sponsored by Select Plumbing, now servicing Seward and Milford, in addition to Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area. For any plumbing issues, call Select Plumbing at 402-542-5319. All right, Jansen Brewington, how we feeling on this Saturday? It's a beautiful Saturday. I'll say that right off the bat. Like, what a great day for football.
I mean, this is football weather. When people talk about Jameis Winston was playing in a 10 degrees game the other night, talking about it was football weather. This is football weather. This is, you can throw the ball, run the ball. There's no rain, sun's out. That's not really going to be a factor. I was thinking it was going to be cold. You know, the Wisconsin game, my last year, it was freezing. I mean, couldn't feel toes, couldn't feel hands.
That was one of the more cold games in like the past 5 years.
Yeah.
That was horribly cold. I remember watching that one on TV. I wasn't there, thank God, but it was really cold.
You're lucky. But no, I think I'm excited for this game. I think there's a lot on both sides. Wisconsin's coming off a game against Oregon where they were up at halftime, number one team in the nation. And, now Nebraska has a chance to go bowling, end the drought, and finish these seniors off the right way.
Yeah, I mean that's the part I always go back to. And I want to hear. I wonder what the pulse is for the Husker fans out there. 402-464-5685. We only got a couple segments left, so I want you guys to text in if you're listening with us here. Just give me your score predictions and who you got in this one, because these are some shaky teams right now. Wisconsin and Nebraska both. I mean, I don't know which team's more mentally fragile. I mean, history would say it's Nebraska, but Wisconsin, they just got rid of Phil Longo, their OC. Their quarterback's thrown an interception, 9 interceptions, 9 touchdowns in the last 5-7 games, maybe even as long as that. The guy's throwing picks. So mentally, I know that's in his head. The offense is kind of just waiting for the turnover. Nebraska, though, like it's just been 1-score loss after 1-score loss. What do you think the mindset is for the locker room in Nebraska right now? You think the guys are thinking about it too much, or do you think they're going to be in the right mind?
It's hard to say. I want the morale of the team to be there, because that's where you get, you find a way. It's through the morale and through the tightness and playing for the love of the guy to your right and to your left. So I hope that is the nucleus of this team, and that's what holds this team together. But what I will say is that, there's always that voice in the back of your head, right? If you have it, right? And I feel as if we've kind of had it this year.
Yeah.
We've kind of had it where the 1-score this and, late game situation, up against Ohio State, 14 points, it's the play when it matters. And I think defense is going to have a big test today. And I think it starts with defense and ends with defense. Obviously offense needs to get some things going, need to stop, turn the ball over, protect the football. We'll get to keys of victory in a second, but, for sure, I think it starts with the defense, it ends with the defense, starting with the first drive and ending with the last drive.
Yeah, and we got a few in here. Everyone's got in the same ballpark. Unknown text here. We got a 2013. That was my same score prediction. We got Phil 16-13, 17-10, old dad. We got Daddy Travis, Wisconsin 27, Nebraska 10. Kids don't seem like their heart is in it after Ohio State. And I mean, that's fair. I don't know what the locker room looks like right now, but I will say against USC, there were some plays out there that looked like hustle plays. And then there's some other plays that you just didn't see all year, in particular, the receivers actually blocking pretty well on the edge, especially in that second half. First half was still a little bit just missing guys, but the whole thing is I don't know what Nebraska team to expect. I don't know what Wisconsin team.
I want to stay on that real quick. I want to stay on the receivers. They got called out against Holgrenson in the presser, and it was confirmed by rule that it not only happened in the presser, but it happened at practice before and after, right? And so he turned on the tape before he got there and said, called out Isaiah Nair, called out Jamal Banks, called out these guys and said, you guys are 6'4", 220 plus bodies, right? Athletes, receivers. You guys need to be blocking. You guys need to be getting it done in the perimeter game. And he challenged them, and they responded. USC. We saw them throw some little flat screen routes, whatever you want to call it, to Emmett and also Bonner, and those guys were blocking on the outside.
Yeah, we got a touchdown because of it.
And that's what helps the air raid. So I think Holgrenson can have a little bit more confidence in what he calls based on the performance he saw from those guys. But I'll say this, one area where we need to clean up early in the game, we saw this one-on-one matchups on the outsides. Yeah. I mean, whether it doesn't have to be a 50-50 ball. It could simply just be a slant route. It could be a 10-yard stop, 10-yard hitch, whatever you want to call it. Those are the things that we need to win.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's kind of been the interesting part. And this is why I think this is a great day for Nebraska's defense. I shouldn't say it is an opportunity to be a great day. I'd say the biggest area, to your point, last year that Nebraska, or not last year, last game, Nebraska really struggled was that secondary group. This Wisconsin team is not very good for wide receiver core, or you can blame the quarterback just doesn't have enough accuracy. But it's very similar to Rutgers. It's like, can we stop Manungai? For Rutgers in this game, it's can you stop Walker? I just think this team's going to be very one-dimensional, and if you're that secondary, like you can just kind of bait and probably get away with the turnover. In this one, like they are not confident in their passing game. So if you can stop the run game and force them to have to start airing it out, I mean that spells cooked for Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think D-line's gonna have to have a redemption game and really take over this game and control the game from the D-line perspective. Controlling the trenches when Wisconsin is known for their inside outside zone schemes and stuff like that. Interior pressure. From Ty and Nash and Jamari is gonna be I would say the staple for this game and the foundation. Because I think this will be I think we'll see Dylan Riley take a step today.
Yeah, you'd hope.
I believe so. I think you said I hope so. What? No, I really believe so. I think Holgrenson is kind of feeling and understanding him a little bit more. You get 3 weeks with the guy. I think there's going to be a little bit more chemistry between play caller and quarterback.
Absolutely. We got one more segment left on the other side. Again, it's Harrison Arns, Chancellor Brewington, taking you through the last two segments of the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Again, this segment was sponsored by Select Plumbing. Again, if you got any plumbing issues, call Select Plumbing at 402-542-5319. Seward, Milford, Lincoln, and the surrounding area. Don't go anywhere. Like I said, one more segment on the other side. Talk to you in a bit.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to hit the road in style? Liberty First Credit Union is revving up your ride with unbeatable auto loan specials. Cruise away with rates as low as 4.79% APR for 48 months on a 2020 or newer vehicle. Need a longer term? No worries. They've got you covered with 4.89 APR for 60 months and 4.99 APR for 72 months. Hurry, these rates are cruising fast, so don't get left in the dust. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
Mindel Footwear is your solution against sore feet, blisters, and poor footing. Don't just take our word for it. Take it from Sip, who said he's never had a pair of boots more comfortable. You won't find Mindel Footwear in any store sold exclusively at MindelUSA.com right out of Sidney, Nebraska. They're so confident you will enjoy the comfort their boots offer. If they don't work out for you, they'll cover the shipping to return them. Use code THETICKET for free shipping because your feet deserve a treat too. Mindel boots, just try them on.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mullen Motors.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Only got a couple minutes left here, but to wrap things up, this segment is sponsored by Mullen Motors. Get to Husker Road games and youth sporting events safely this fall in a new ride from Mullen Motors just north of 48th and Layton in Lincoln. All right, Chance of Burlington. Just give me we got like 2 minutes here. Yeah. Give me your thoughts. Give me the expected outcome. What do you expect to see? if you can expect anything with these two teams.
Yeah, I would expect a fired up Husker team out here playing for senior day, playing for your seniors, trying to go bowling at home. And what people aren't talking about, this could be possibly one of the last times some of these guys suit up for Nebraska. I mean, not even seniors with the roster limit cut. So I'm expecting a good game. I would say the keys to victory on offense is to not turn the ball over. I mean, we've been turning the ball over way too much lately. Be precise with our throws. And then next, I would say establish a run game and hit our shots when we take them. And then defensively stop the run. I think that's our number one thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on pretty much all those. Like, we could talk about the X's and O's forever. I think the big one, though, is pretty obvious, especially when you're playing Wisconsin. It's been the same blueprint for as long as I've been alive. Stop the run versus Wisconsin. You do that, you throw Wisconsin out of sorts. It's not a guaranteed win, but certainly makes them a lot more uncomfortable. And then the final thing, just forget about the damn pass. Like, just go play football today.
Yeah.
Like, that's been the problem, way too long. This team, I think, just thinks. Go play football.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Let it loose.
Hey, 58 degrees on November 23rd. Are you kidding me?
You're not going to get it again.
Great day for college football. I got Nebraska winning 20-13. Brewington.
I got 2013.
Locked in. All right. Let's hope for a Husker win. Be sure to tune in for the postgame show. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman. As soon as the clock hits 0, we'll talk to you then.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before. League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Our Nebraska public school teachers make a difference in our communities. I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents to support learning and growth. Our kids do better, community pride grows, Nebraska thrives. Our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. As you're gearing up for Christmas, it's time to head to Tailored Life in Bennett to get ready with local shopping. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of Christmas trees in all different colors. Plus, many other fall and winter holiday items and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
One great idea can change your life.
ABC Fridays. Shark Tank is all new with guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I love that entrepreneurial drive, and I live it every day.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank Fridays 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath